Hello everyone, it is TDWins6 here, and yeah, this video that I'm filming for you guys today is quite literally long overdue by like a few months. I've been meaning to film this video for a few months, but I am revealing the entirety of the Adopt Me Traitors mansion. That's right, I finished it. Quite literally back in, like, June, to be quite honest with you. Because after I finished, I completely forgot to film and just didn't have the motivation to do it. But yes, it is finally done and all that. And if you remember back to when I first filmed, like, there was not this whole long walkway to get there. So this is just underneath the entire thing. And there's also other, like, houses with builds. So yeah, entrance is looking like this. That's how fancy we are with this. Look at that, you guys. I completely expanded beyond where the mansion was, all the way out to here. Like, literally. So, here, before anything, I'm going to just lock the house for now. Just so we don't have any visitors who may not want to be filmed. But anyways, though. So, kicking off the tour, we have the Fountain of Truth here. So, this is the fountain. Not much is going to happen with it. I just put it in as, like, a centerpiece front yard decoration. Yeah. Then over here we have one of the two mazes that I've built. This is the easy maze. So, and I'll just go ahead and show the whole pathway through because I just already have it completely memorized. Yeah, I am crazy that way. But yeah, so this is the pathway through the easy maze. And so this is going to be for one of the missions that they would do. However, I'm still not sure when I'm going to film the Traitors, but also part of the challenge is the rolling ball here. So basically they have this giant ball that they have to push all the way through the maze. They have to get it from here all the way to the other side, and they have to get it pushed out, and you'll see what happens when I actually decide that I'm going to film it, because I have no idea if I'm going to film, when I'm going to film it, and if I'm going to film it. But yeah. Okay, over here we have the fire pit. I have put some fog machines in, so I have a red and a green. I have green and red. There's the red. And there's the green. And it actually makes this, like, yellow color, because that's just how RGB works. Red and green makes yellow. Not brown. And then over here we actually have a sneak peek as to who some of the contestants may be. I'm not going to show any names or whatever, but yeah, so these are just what some of the contestants may look like. I was going to completely put them into like a complete noob form, or like just make like a whole thing or whatever where it was just like the same avatar everywhere. Now these are not going to be sitting or standing right here the entire time, because I'm going to be using the mannequins as like part of the storyline. Alright, so then you see this over here, this is the other maze, and I'll go ahead and show you the pathway through this maze. However, this maze actually has has something extra to it, and you'll see it when we get completely out of the maze. We have a pathway that leads up to this place called the Code House. So this is for another mission. So in the Code House they have all these boards. Yeah, it's very boring in here, but because I didn't want to overdo it. But this is actually, so this whole board right here that you're seeing is part of that mission. So basically it's a decoding mission. Try to see if you can figure out what the code to some of these might be. You never know. You might get it right. these are the clues that you have, and I'm going to back up. These are your clues. If you need to, go backwards and you'll see what you might be able to figure out what the code is. The code is right here. Up here is going to be the name of the contestant that has that clue. But I'm not going to reveal who gets what clue, because, I mean, it'd be kind of spoilers as to who is competing. But yeah, so this is going to be the final 7 mission. There will be 7 at the end. Over here we have the chessboard. So if you think back to season 3 of the actual Traitors, the one that basically, it kind of exposed Carolyn as a traitor, I kind of added these questions, and along with that I kind of put my own, I added some in. So I have who's crawling most under the radar, who isn't making any big moves, and yes, I know that's a red panda, not a cat, but I can make it look like a cat if I wanted it to. Who is the leader? Oh, yay, the cash outs are back. Yes, I'm aware that they're back, but anyways. Who is the leader? Who isn't being listened to because I didn't have any way to put like a rat in or whatever, which I wanted to do, so. Who's flying most above the radar? Who is the biggest liability? Who is sabotaging themselves? And who is likely going to hop to the end of the game? So that's the chessboard of truth over here. And then before we go inside, I'm going to go all the way over this way. And you've probably already seen some of the interior. Oh, over here we have, so if you think to season 2, where they had like the sacrifice ceremony or whatever, where they would go and like light a torch or whatever, that's what this is. So only a few players are up for murder, but this is going to be one of the missions, and they have to try to keep as many traitors up for murder as possible. And then next over here we have the Truth House. This is where I'm not going to go completely, or here, I'm going to do this, so you don't see the names of the contestants. You probably saw, yep, you saw some of them. Oh well, it's fine. But yeah, so this is basically if you've seen $1 Million Secret, this is like the trophy room. This is where you're going to figure out clues as to who the traitors may be. So that's the Truth House, or the quote-unquote trophy room. Over here is the grave site, so basically where the murder, or where a poison will happen. I only put Jesse because he is one of the social media member teams for Adopt Me, so no, Jesse's not competing. I just put it like that just because it's funny. And I'm pretty sure if Jesse sees this, he would laugh, because he got poisoned by the traitors. And of course it'd be Jesse, yes. Alright. Now what you guys have all been dying to see, the interior. Ta-da! Okay, we're gonna close that for now. Yes, this is the interior. Okay, before we go into any room, so over here we have like a little seating area. And then over here on the other side, we have, move it, we have this seating area. This is probably where I'm going to do post-mortems. So, be prepared for that. Like, I'm going to probably try to do them, like, in a combination, how Season 2 and Season 3 were done. Where Season 2, it was, like, talking about, like, why they think they got murdered or whatever. And yada yada yada. So. But yeah, so I completely, like, blocked off some of the hallways or whatever. Here, let me see if I can get into one. Yeah, so I had, like, these hallways here or whatever that would just lead to nowhere, like they do in the game The Snakes. But I decided, why not just block those off and make my own space. So first we have the meeting room. And yes, this is all completely structured the same way as The Snakes. Or at least the houses, the mansion, whatever you want to call it. So here we have the round table. Yes, it's amazing. It's lovely, iconic. We love the round table. And then we have the billiards room. Now with the billiards table, I had my own custom one made, but then they brought this one into the game, so I deleted the one I customly made and I added that in. So. But yeah, I had to find a way to, like, fill the space and all that, so I used these, like, what are they, like, wardrobes or something, to, like, add some texture and all that to the walls. So, and then, just to say, I have put one of these paintings in pretty much every single room. So. And then we have the music room. Yes, it's iconic. We love the music room. So this is where, like, it's basically, like, of all the tasks and all that, like, in the snakes. So the billiards room, they have, like, the billiard balls and all that, where you have to, like, put them on a table kind of like this one right here, whatever, and you have to get in the correct order. But I'm not gonna ever do, like, the snake tasks and all that, because there's just no way I could do that with these. Or there's no way that I would enjoy doing that. And then this is where they have to, like, get the combination for the piano completely done. And then, okay, the next room was the conservatory. This is where they go and they pick up a watering can in the snakes and they bring it and they feed the plants and all that. Excuse me as I burp. TMI, but whatever. And I know that orange seems like a very, like, weird color choice, but I personally think orange is actually a good idea because it kind of reminds me of, like, not the conservatory, but I think it's a conservatory or something like that in the actual show of the Traitors. You'll probably remember seeing John and Parvati talking, or Parvati trying to convince John that she's not a traitor when he's not buying it. Next we have the spa. I am obsessed with the spa. I don't know what happened or why I did this and I only did a few in this corner and I didn't put it anywhere else, but whatever, it's fine. I've hit the build limit already. I am super proud of the sponge I made here. Yes, it's amazing. I love my sponge that I made, and I obsessed over it for quite a while, actually, strangely, or strange enough. And then next we have the pub. It wouldn't let me put or type bar in, so I found an alternative word that means the same thing, so I put pub, because it was going to hashtag bar. This is probably one of my favorite rooms that I built. Same thing, I don't know why, but I only did, like, a couple of those ivy strands. But yes, it's amazing. I did manage to think about using rugs as tables. And then the case, or like the cup casing, or whatever you want to call this, that is custom built, yes. Oh, and then we also have the poison glass. Haha. Poison cup. Well, this is your regular cup, so. And I'm going to just get rid of that. So that's the bar, and then over here we have the lounge. Oh, in the bar, in the first, I completely forgot. In the spa, they basically have to grab the sponge and they have to wipe up the water that's all around the floor. In the actual Game of the Snakes. In the bar, they have to pick every cup that's sitting around and all that, and they have to put it on a tray that's, like, sitting right here. And then, with the lounge, it's iconic. We have the fireplace here, which is part of the task of the lounge in the Snakes, where they have to go off to the side of the house over somewhere this way, and there's, like, a thing of logs, and they have to pick up logs and bring it back into the lounge one at a time. And thankfully they don't have to do it by themselves, and they get to do it with the group. But yeah, so this is the lounge, and that's the whole bottom floor. And then when we go upstairs, first thing we see are my dogs, Charlie and Lucky. And then this is probably the most popular room from everyone I've given a house tour to, just not on camera. This is the nursery. This is quite literally everyone's favorite room. Why? Probably because of the childlike nature that I added to it. But yeah, I tried to make it a little bit like its own Adopt Me twist. Oh, did not mean to do that. But yeah, so in the nursery, there's 2 different kinds of tasks that can be done in the nursery. Either A, there's picking the blocks up and stacking them in a tower, like right here. Or then there's the dominoes, which will happen, like, say, somewhere over here in the game. So. But I decided not to add that in. Then we have the office. I originally was not going to put any computers or whatever into this build, but then I just decided, why not? I needed something to fill the space up with anyways. The office task in the actual game is basically you come to the safe and you have to figure out the lock combination, which is a combination of 4. And, I mean, thankfully it is, each number is only in the combination 1 time. We have the arcade games right there. Then we have probably one of my other favorite rooms, the bedroom. I figured out I would put stickers on the wall, which is just getting the picture frames and all that. Okay, we're gonna say don't show again this session. Anyways, you just get like the picture frames or whatever that you can like put whatever's in your inventory on, and then you just color the the whole frame to be the color of the wall, and then boom, you have stickers on your wall. But yeah, so this is the bedroom. Don't look outside just yet. This is the bed. I really love the bed and how I custom made like the whole frame. People really love it. This is closet shelving number 1. And then we have number 2. I added all of this in like right as the update happened. When they added all the furniture. And then they added like the gaming stuff and I added that all in. So yeah. And then, okay, I'm going to go in, because this is the dining room. The pictures, or the names of everyone is all along the wall, so I'm going to turn around so you don't see all the names. So yeah, this is what it looks like. And it's just like a bunch of like, oh wait, I can't actually, because I have no space in the house. But it's just like all the boards are just that basic wooden drawing board style, like all in a like thing on the wall. So I'm not going to show what that looks like, because I don't want the names to be seen, because you might get an idea of what could happen. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Or you might just start forming favorites. You never know. Then we have the kitchen. I think this is probably the hardest room for me to build. Or one of the hardest. Actually, no, the bedroom's probably the hardest one I built. But yeah, so I have the laundry over here, just because, why not? And then we have quite literally every food that you can buy, or every food that you can collect in the game from your house, I've put into this kitchen. So I have everything for donuts, for pizza, I have the coffee, I have literally everything from the diner, I have the ice cream. I do, however, have to change the color of the ice cream stuff whenever I want to, like, make it all. I get free ice cream. You all have to pay $1 for it, though. Not by choice. Then we have the bathroom. This one, actually, I was unsure how I was going to fill the space. So, I just kind of, like, took away some space. And I completely added this slant in the wall. So, it works. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of dead space, but I don't care. But yeah, bathroom. I think okay. Yeah, I made it where it's functional for literally everyone. Because, why not? Oh, and then I also... Yeah, let me pull out my blue dog. Yeah. I did that as well, for the jokes and giggles for any of you to show your dad. So, because I'm pretty sure your dads would like to see that, because I think they find it funny. This is actually my favorite room, though. Yes, I have a bunch of favorite rooms, but this is actually my favorite room, the library. Just take in the masterpiece. Like, it's amazing. It's everything. I love it. Like, it was so hard to build, and I love it. It's a masterpiece. From, like, all the bookshelves to how I utilize the paintings in such a way, to even using the lamps here from, I think it was Korea? Either it was Korea or it was Japan. I don't know. I'm not very cultured. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, but it's true, I'm not. But, like, it's just, it's a masterpiece. Like, it really is. Okay, on to the backyard. Oh my god, I'm stuck against the wall. But yeah, so this is the whole of the house. Just jumping down, I don't care. Time to go to the backyard. Why did I say that in British? Alright, we're gonna go over here first. So over here is what I call the Dilemma Garden. So basically in the Snakes they added this update where you can either go for a mystery box and one player gets the mystery item or the mystery advantage or disadvantage. Which has been like you lose your vote, but then I've never seen that actually happen or work. I think there's a bug or glitch or something in the game. But also, I've never received anything from the mystery box. Because I normally come over to the shield side. Which, yes, you get a shield no matter what if you take this side. Or you can stay on neither and you get nothing. But you have to have an even number of players on both sides to earn in the game a scan, but in this it'd be access excuse me, it'd be for someone to earn access to the trophy or to the truth house. Again, excuse me, I have not had any water today. So, and then we have the pool. I think I remember showing this last time. But yeah, so I added like a whole railing thing or whatever. And I've also added seats, so you can sit along the pool side. And I also added like that whole thing up there. That's just there as decoration. I just needed to find something to fill the space with. And that was just my idea. And I think it's amazing. I love it. Alright, coming over this way, we have the trivial passageway. So basically this is going to be one of the missions. Or, yeah, missions, we'll just say that. And it's basically a trivial thing. So the first one is, who would win a 300-mile race? The wolf or the cheetah? Now, most people would think because the cheetah is faster, it would win. But, like, if we think in context, though, a wolf would actually win if a cheetah and a wolf are racing each other for 300 miles by foot. Because the wolf can carry a steady pace for the whole 300 miles. The cheetah has short bursts and all that. Yes, I'm kind of going into some zoology here. A cheetah has, like, short bursts of energy or all that. So, it basically can go a short distance and then it needs to rest. Another short distance that needs to rest. So that would, with all of the rest that the cheetah would be taking, it would give the wolf, who even though it's going at a slower pace, it would pass the cheetah up. Because, story of the tortoise and the hare, the tortoise beat the hare because the hare got a little cocky. So the wolf would win. Okay, this one is debatable. But I was like, you know what? To make this fair, I'm going to survey some people. So I actually went to 100 people who play Adopt Me. I legitimately trade requested 100 people, and I asked them which one they think has more value, the Strawberry Bat Dragon or the Ice Golem. So the one that had the highest percentage, or the one that had over 51%, and if there was if it was 50-50, which it was not, then I was just gonna find one more person and they'd be the tiebreaker. So, anyways, the answer is actually the Strawberry Shortcake Bat Dragon. Even though the Ice Golem, for me, I personally think the Ice Golem has more value because it is older by, like, I think a year. And they were both 1,000 Robux as well. But the Strawberry Shortcake Bat Dragon has more demand. What do you want? Oh, my pet pen is ready. But yeah, the Strawberry Shortcake Bat Dragon is got more demand and all that, so it's up the value even more than the Ice Golem, even though the Ice Golem is technically harder to come by. Okay, this one, easy. Which one went extinct first? Why didn't I make this the first question? Because I have to make it where the easy one is last. And there's only 3 questions. This is the last one. We already know which one went extinct first. The T-Rex. And you'll see when or if I post the whole series and all that, you will see who, or how it works. Okay, and then we just have, like, this garden that's on both sides. It's got, like, literally no reference or anything at all. Over here we have the gym and spa and all that, yeah. So, over here we have the mud pit. Then we have the shower, or the outdoor shower. Over here we have the hot tub. Nothing special about it at all. Then we have the gym. I actually am obsessed with how I made the gym. And especially the shower room. I mean, just look at that. It's amazing, huh? But yeah, I love how I made the shower room. And I'm actually going to walk on inside. Because it looks the same on pretty much the inside of every single one of them. Yes, I did a bunch of, like, inner, like, work and all that. Like, I actually put some of the bird baths into these to make it look like there was actual running water. But yeah, so that's the gym and spa stuff that's outside. And that's quite literally all for that. I almost didn't even add it in. I almost deleted it while I was building it. And then I just decided, you know what? We'll keep it. I like how it looks. And then over here, where the magic happens, I think I've shown this already, and this has been done for quite a while. The turret. Now, yes, I get it. A turret is, like, probably on top of the castle. However, this is off to the side/back corner of the mansion. So, and no, the contestants do not sleep here at the mansion. They will be sent to a hotel, which I will not be building. And so, yeah, that's the whole build for the Traitors mansion. However, I'm not done just yet, because I have another surprise. Alright, we're back. I'm back. And so this is an extra addition to my Traitors build stuff and all that. This is actually a whole challenge that if I were to have built it inside of the mansion area, it would have taken up the rest of my build space and I would not have been able to finish it. So I just kind of put it in its own place. And I'm just going to kind of hop through that. And yes, I am very... Oh, I should probably... Oh, that actually has the names of the final 16. But this is going to be the final 16 challenge. So basically, because it has the names of the contestants, I'm going to do who make the final 16. Because yes, it's already planned out and all that. I'm going to just show it from this angle. So basically, this is kind of like the Survivor Combo Platter and Out on a Limb challenges. So basically, what they do, so they're going to be in teams of 4. One player is going to be in charge of the board, or their board. And then the other player has to run up and down the stairs over and over and over again. and tell the person who's going to do the obstacle, or to do the out on the limb thing, they have to go and tell them what to look for. So they'll say, like, red, go find how many crates there are on the red, or on the violet, or on the green, and so on. So basically, I kind of copied it from Jambi's Soul Survivor game a little bit, except for it's not in water. And so then after they figure out how many there are, they have to go back across the obstacle and down their ramp and all that. And then they have to go and report to the person that's going to go through the maze. So then their maze person will run through the maze and up the elevator. Yes, I built an elevator. And then they will report it to the board person, and then so on and so forth until they get all of it correct. The winning team, you'll find out. So yeah, that's kind of all it is. And I'll go ahead and show you from, like, one of the things. So we're going to just do the red one because it's the easiest one. It's a balance beam pretty much, but like on Roblox, balancing is super easy. So basically, they have to search for at least 4 things. So each contestant's going to go through only 4 obstacles, not a 5th one. I would have done a 5th one, but I just didn't. And they have to look for a certain number of candles, books, apples, barrels, or crates. And the books are different colors in each of them, because I didn't want to camouflage them in. So yeah. And I'm going to exit now, the house. So yeah, that is the entire house build, or that entire Traitors mansion. I'm not completely done yet with everything. I'm still building some things, and still coming up with some ideas for the missions, to add some spice and some flair. But that's all I have for it so far, and I mean, it's pretty much done, and I'm not going to do another update video over what it looks like. So if you enjoyed, here, I'm going to run over this way. So if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe and hit the thumbs up, and please share with all of your friends. And did I say subscribe? Because yes, please do that and hit that bell button. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!